my stunner babes, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Stacy. Nice to meet you. And of course, if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for always supporting your girl. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Now, if you're new here, a little bit about me. I'm a hair and makeup artist located in Toronto, and here on this channel I create femininity, faith-based self-development, self-improvement, and just any video that makes me feel good. And also, one of my goals is to create content that help women feel beautiful, empowered, and inspired. So if you love those type of content, you're gonna have a wonderful time here. I would say join our community, and when you do, be sure to say hi in the comment section so I can give you a quick shout out. I absolutely love connecting and seeing my new subscribers. So today we will be discussing the difference between femininity and the divine feminine. So if you're interested in seeing this video, please keep watching. Okay guys, so when it comes to femininity and the divine feminine, I noticed that it's something that's become so much more popular online as of the past few years. I would say since COVID, I've noticed that it's become so much more popular, and we've been seeing more and more content surrounding femininity and the divine feminine. I must admit, me myself have become very curious about it, but I must say this is something that I have embraced most of my life, but I didn't really know that it had a term or a name to it until I start researching femininity, the divine feminine, and everything that has to do with it. And I must say the girlies are becoming very curious, very interested in it, because when it comes to femininity and the divine feminine, it does require you, or it encourages you to get to the highest level of yourself. It basically calls you to improve the woman that you are. So if you feel like you're in your life right now, you're not achieving your goals, if you feel like you're not in a place where you want to be, if you feel like you want to improve your life in any way, shape, or form, I guarantee you stepping into your feminine, stepping into the divine feminine is definitely gonna help you, because it's gonna require you to get to another level, to improve, to do better. And that is what we all want to do, which I'm sure is one of the reasons why you're watching this video here today. And it's also one of the reasons why me myself have stepped into my femininity era, because I don't know about you, but I don't like to be stagnant in my life, and I know you don't either. I hate being stagnant when things aren't going the way that I want it to go, when I'm not achieving as much, when I don't feel creative, when I don't feel like things are going in the right direction. It's not a good feeling for me. It's usually a turn off. And so I decide, you know what, in this season of my life, I am gonna step into my divine feminine, because I want to get to the utmost. I want to grow. I want to see how far I can go. I want to see how much of my goals and my dreams and my desires that I can get checked off, because after all, that's why we're here on this earth, right? We all have a purpose that God imparted in us. There are specific things that we were sent forth in this world to do and to achieve. And so if we're not working towards those things, it's like you're stagnant, you're stuck, you're uninspired, and you basically stop living. So today I'm gonna give you the difference between femininity and the divine feminine, and so you can also measure at the end where you're at on the spectrum, and you can kind of get an idea as to the work that you need to do to ensure that you get to the utmost in your life. So we're gonna start with femininity, and if you see me looking down, I do have notes so I don't miss anything. Now, when we think about femininity, it has a lot to do with our appearance, our behavior, and specific roles that we choose to take on in our life. So for example, a feminine woman is someone who will be more caring, more supportive, more nurturing, right? Gentle. They tend to dress a certain way. They would prefer opting for a dress and a skirt over like shorts or like tight pants, they do their hair a specific way, or they choose to do their hair a specific way where it's softer, right? They're typically more soft spoken, they tend to smile a lot, they're more open and full of life and full of energy, right? So right there you can see, when it comes to femininity, not to say that these are the only things that describe a feminine woman, but typically a lot of times when we think femininity or feminine woman, it's more on the surface, right? So it has a lot to do with your surface level appearance, and your behavior to certain things, right? On the other hand, also, it's not to say that, I also have written down here, not to say that it's a one size fit all approach, because, you know, being a feminine woman can depend on a lot of things, such as like your culture, I guess your religion, your personal values, and all of that stuff. So if you feel like you're watching this video right now and you don't have any of those qualities, but you feel like you're a feminine woman, you probably are, but it just looks different for everyone. Okay, now on the other hand, when we speak of the divine feminine, you can think of this as the spiritual aspect of it. So it has a lot to do with your inner strength, right? The inner man, your emotion, your intuition, your compassion, your nurturing, creative aspect of it. So it has a lot to do with your personality on the inside, your character, right? And I'm trying to make it as understanding as possible. So as you can see, the femininity is more surface level, divine feminine is more on the inside. So a woman that is in her divine feminine find it easy to set boundaries, right? Two, if she say that, you know what, I want to walk out, I want to lose 10 pounds, she's going to get on it. She's not going to do it one day and fall off. No, she has a lot of discipline, right? She can easily stand up for herself. She usually set goals and she would follow through and achieve those goals. And as I said in the beginning, that is something that we all want to achieve for ourselves, right? The purpose of us being on this earth is for us to reach our utmost, for us to walk in our purpose that God has sent us for to walk in alongside him with his help. And that's another thing too, when it comes to the divine feminine, she is very spiritual and she's connected to God. She hears from God, she trusts on the higher source, she don't lead on her own understanding, right? So a divine feminine woman, she has a lot of discipline, she has a lot of self-control, she take her health seriously. As you can see, she is driven, she's powerful. Typically when you're around divine feminine woman, you feel filled up, like whenever you're in their presence and you leave their presence, you feel like you can do anything. You feel like nothing is impossible for you, because that woman has her life set up in a certain way where she controls how her life goes. She understands that anything that she wants, she can easily achieve it. She don't have to depend on anyone. All she have to do is put her mind to it, set out her plan, and go for it, right? So typically when you're around women like these, they're very motivating, they're very empowered, and a lot of time, the divine feminine woman is a feminine woman. But you can be a feminine woman and not have the divine feminine strength. And this is why it's important to have both of them and walk in both of them and know how to use them interchangeably. As I was saying in the beginning of this video, I am in my divine feminine era, and that's simply because I want to keep growing. I want to get to the highest level of Stacy. And I know if you're watching this video today, you want to get to the highest level of yourself. But in order to do this, there's certain things that we have to do, like doing our inner work. Because if we can be completely honest, a lot of us have been through so much in life, right? We've grown up in certain household, we've had certain experiences. As women, we have experiences with dating that kind of form the beliefs that we have within our head. And a lot of times those beliefs are limiting. Those beliefs are so limited that it keeps you stuck in a certain cycle that is not giving you the results that you're looking for. And that is when you start now looking for other answers. You start reading your Bible, you start praying, and you start looking for videos like this that is going to encourage you and spark that fire, that flame that is within you that knows that you can achieve anything. So as for me, I am in my divine feminine era, and if you're watching this video, I would advise you to definitely step into your divine feminine era as well. Do the inner work so that you can achieve the goals, the dreams, the desires, and the life that you desire for your family and just for the world at large. I feel like if all the women in the world were to step into the divine feminine, it would be a better world, because as we know, women are powerful. We're so powerful, but the world want us to not know about that power. They don't want us to walk in that power. They want to keep us at a certain level, because they know the minute we open our eyes and really become conscious of our power, it's over. So yeah, there you have it, guys. The difference between femininity and the divine feminine. We don't just want one of them, we want to walk in both. And you can expect more content coming down the pipeline in regards to this topic of discussion. Your girl have some juicy videos coming for you, so definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of these videos, and we're gonna level up together. And if you got to the end of the video and you did not subscribe as yet, girly, what are you doing? Go ahead and give this video a nice big thumbs up, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.